Alright, pisser, here's one. I gotta grab a coat off of this. This could be 3-stage red pearl for all I know. And yes, it's a butt match on a bumper cover. 3R3. I gotta check. Let's see what we got here. Toyota 3R3. Doesn't look like it's a 3-stage red pearl. There's 3 variants to the standard. Variant number 179. Should be one of these. I have a standard, I have a lighter, and I have a bluer to choose from. And take these outside and match them up. I'll have pre-made spray outs from previous jobs. A lot. Let's see, Toyota. I don't know if I've done that shade yet with this system. Doesn't look like it. At least it's ideal lighting conditions out here to check. Boy, it's hard to tell. I don't like the standard. The lighter one maybe. Alright, it's gonna be the standard. The middle one's lighter, but at an angle it flips too light, and the bluer one's too dark looking. So I'm gonna make a spray out of the standard. Hey, there's another one that'll be fun to blend. Okay, here's our bumper. I'm gonna seal that with a red sealer. Red pearls, they're very transparent, so I mixed up a little sealer. Luckily we have a nice tinted primer system I can mix as a sealer or a filler primer. I took some red, some blue, and a little bit of white, and it'll be a decent base color that I can fade out over that gray. It'll give me a little better base to start with. I'm still going to need 4 or 5, maybe 6 coats coverage here. Then I'm going to make a spray out, and I'll check. I'll clear that first, see if I'm in the ballpark. What I'm going to do is make a spray out over this. I'll just keep putting coats on until you can't see that black line anymore, and then I'll for future use I'll know that I need so many coats when I spray this color. Even though I'll be putting it over a better base than this. I just took some notes here: the year of the car, the code, the formula date of the formula that I just mixed, and then I just put the month that this is and the percentage of reducer I'm putting in, and last 6 of the VIN. If it ever comes back, I'll know that that was the job that this goes to. And okay, let's get spraying. And there it is with the sealer on it. How's that for a base for this transparent color? Well, that'll help. So we'll put a few light coats. Yeah, very transparent color. Yeah, so that's the first coat on the spray out. As you can see, it's going to be quite a few coats. Almost impossible to get coverage without a decent base first. If you have different colors underneath, they'll come through out in the bright sunlight, unless you have a good covering base ground coat underneath of whatever. That color build primer that I use is just, boy, it's a lifesaver sometimes. Well, that's 2 coats on this, and it's still wet. We're drying 2 coats on the bumper. That already looks covered on there with that nice brown coat. So when this is close to covered, I'll know that's covered. Alright, there's the sun gun. That's actually 3 coats, and that's not bad for a red pearl. I'm going to lay a 4th coat down, blend it out on that bumper, and I'll clear this panel here, check it with that car with the clear coat on it, and see where we stand. It's actually not bad for a red pearl. There must be a tint in there that covers good. Did a bumper on a Nissan Maxima earlier today, and the lighter variant was too light. The standard kind of had a little too much red in it, so I broke the formula down. Tints on the left, the weights of the tints are on the right. And I decided that tint 537 was giving it the red that was too much. Sometimes it's better to take out before you even mix the formula and put back in gradually than add tints. And that was this tint right here. It looks like that out of the can, and as you break it down with metallics, that's the direction it goes. And that actually worked pretty good doing it that way for that particular mixture. Alright, here it is outside, and you really can't tell until you clear this panel. So you got to go that extra step and put the clear coat on the panel, because it completely will change the way that color looks. Boy, with the sunlight shining like that, ideal situation for checking color. Alright. I think that'll be okay. I got 0.5, that's a half hour to tint. That's enough time to make the spray out to decide if you're gonna tint or not. If anything, a drop of something to make it go bluer. But I think all in all, it is a tad, depends which angle you're at, of course. I think that's going to be a reasonable butt match. You can still see the black line on that spray out just a bit, which means that gray's throwing the color off a touch. I have a much better ground coat on the bumper. This is the only part that's butt match, and everything else is blended. I think that's a reasonable butt match. You really want it any closer than that, you're going to have to blend this fender. I think that's going to fly though. I think I'll clear the bumper. If there's any complaints, I'll get the insurance company to pay to blend this fender. Good luck with that. Here's a great way to check for any kind of color issues is shut the booth lights off and bring the sun gun in. But this looks like it's going to work out pretty good. I think this is going to fly just fine. Yeah, now that some of the solvents come out of that clear coat, that's pretty dead on right there. That's going to be good. You know, you can only tint as good as your eyes work. They say that women can see red better than men can, so right there you're at a disadvantage. Well, we'll put that bumper on tomorrow. It's 5 o'clock. I'm out of here on time for the first time in a long time. Fire up the old girl here and off we go.